I think I may have found what is every techie's ultimate dream chair, and this is not some gaming chair. This is it. It's the end game, the final boss of chairs. Let's ramble.
Hold up, things go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Hey, what's up guys? It's great to see you all again, and if you're new here, I'm Patrick, and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So techies like you and me, we spend a lot of time seated, whether it's in front of our computers, in front of our gaming setups, and even in front of our TV setups. There's a lot of sitting involved in this thing of ours. So naturally, we're always looking for those perfect seats that make that experience more comfortable. Now, the most obvious example is of course a desk chair. There are plenty of great options out there. I've even covered some of them on the channel. In fact, there's a big desk setup video coming out soon, including a great option for a desk chair as well. But let's be honest, it's hard to get excited about a desk chair. They're pretty boring, they all kind of look the same. It's just something you need, right? But I'm not gonna watch my favorite content on my desk chair. And unless I'm gaming on a PC, I'm not playing games on it either. I'd much rather be comfortable in a nice cushy couch or a recliner, grab a controller, sit back and relax. But yeah, that basically leaves us with two options, a desk chair or a couch setup. Now, a few months ago, I was approached by a company called Valencia, and they wanted to see if I was interested in checking out one of their theater seats to review on the channel. And at first I was like, yeah, I don't know, I don't really review that kind of stuff. But it just so happened that I was actually reviewing two very cool laser projectors by Anker. And for that reason, I was creating a little makeshift theater area here back in the studio. So the timing was actually quite perfect. So I said, sure, let's do it. And I'm so glad I did, because that seat, which is essentially a theater seat, turned out to be the ultimate techie dream seat for me. Hear me out, you'll see what I mean. This is the Valencia Tuscany Ultimate Luxury Edition, and they really meant business when they gave it the title, because it certainly is pure luxury. It is covered in 20,000 grain Italian Napa leather all around. A lot of brands use leather in crucial parts like the seating and the armrests, and they use treated fabric on the rest of the seat to keep the cost down. But this seat is 100% covered in this amazing leather, which looks absolutely stunning. I love the diamond pattern stitching, and the leather feels very smooth as it has a matte finish. I don't like the shiny look some of the seats have, so this is perfect. The leather on the seating area is perforated, which helps the leather breathe, but it also keeps you cool during those longer gaming sessions or movie nights. Given how big this seat is, I was a little worried about the assembly process, but that literally couldn't have been easier. It basically comes in two parts. The back of the seat clicks right into the base, and all you need to do then is connect the cables of both parts to each other and you're done. Cable management is super easy with a bit of Velcro, and it comes with this back panel, which is covered in the same leather. So if you like to place your seat in the middle of a room rather than against the wall, it will still look super clean. Speaking of walls, this seat has what they call a wall hugging design, which means you can place it very close to a wall and you can still recline it all the way without worrying about hitting the wall. And the recliner function on this thing really is good. Everything is controlled by the console and the right armrest of the seat. You can recline the seat almost all the way flat. The headrest moves individually, and this seat also has separate lumbar support, and I cannot tell you what a difference that made for my lower back. I have an arched back, so I suffer from a lot of lower back pains, and this alleviates that so I can game for a couple of hours without too many issues. I really love that the headrest moves individually. For example, my favorite setting for gaming is a small recline, so I'm comfortable, but then I move up the headrest so my head is upright so I can actually see what I'm doing without having to strain my neck. And the cool thing is that I don't have to mess around trying to find that perfect position every time, because the chair has a memory function. Once you find the position you love, you long press I and it will memorize it. Now every time I want to play a game, I just press I and it automatically returns to that position. Long pressing the H button will put the set back into its original position, so you can get up easily. Next to the seat buttons, there's two USB charging ports, one USB-A and one USB-C, and I don't need to tell you guys why that's useful. Now, double tapping the H button activates the RGB lights on this seat, and that is very much a matter of taste. I have them turned off most of the day, to be honest, but when it's dark and I'm playing some games, it's actually pretty dope. You can choose several colors or have it on a continuous loop. By the way, the cup holders can be taken out, which is great for easy cleaning. Double tapping the button again turns it all back off. Now, what makes this super useful as a gaming chair / content watching chair is these armrests. Both of these open up hydraulically, and inside you get these huge compartments where you can store your gaming controllers, your remote, charging cables, you name it. You can even keep your iPad in there. The inside of the compartment is lined with Parisian velour, which is super soft, so nothing will get scratched. Now, there's one really cool feature this chair has specifically for us techies, and I was really looking forward to showing it to you, but unfortunately the accessories needed to do so were out of stock and haven't arrived yet. These weird looking things on the armrests are actually accessories holders that allow you to click in various accessories. For example, there's this carbon fiber tray table that would be perfect to hold a MacBook. Another really cool one is this tablet holder. I can really see that being super useful for my iPad mini, so I can use that as a multimedia controller. You can even get a caddy for your wine glass. If you do opt for the wine glass holder, you'll be pleased to know that this chair reclines so far and is so comfortable that you can take a nice wine-induced nap. Napa Valley, wine. Coincidence? I think not. Of course, no chair is perfect, not even this one, and there are a few things that could have been even better in my opinion. One is the fact that the controls are not backlit. I feel that this might have been manageable given all the RGB used in this chair. One more LED behind the panel would have made navigating in the dark a little easier. I know some of the earlier models had backlighting, but you couldn't turn that off. And some people complained because they didn't want any lights on when watching movies, but since you can toggle RGB on and off on this chair, that could have been a good solution. I would have loved to be able to control the leg rest separately. That doesn't seem to be possible, so it only moves up when you start reclining the seat. And lastly, we could have done with a small light in the armrest compartment, which looks a little bit like a black void when the room is dark. But now I'm really just nitpicking. All in all, this chair is freaking amazing. It's the best seat I've ever tried by far. Now, this chair is not cheap by any means, but that is why I titled this video The Ultimate Techie's Dream Chair. You do get what you pay for, and this really is the final boss level of chairs. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it one of these. It really does help the channel. As always, links to everything in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.